Right. Okay, we're live on air now. I'm Martin King from Ealing, Hammersmith and West London College, and we're here with the first meeting with the BluAcro group, a group of Ealing, Hammersmith, West London College students that are working on looking at the use of Google in education. So we'll introduce ourselves and we'll just have a update. We've got John Ewens from Dagenham College going to describe the excellent work at Dagenham College. But let's talk about the BluAcro group first. So if I put you all on, Aksshayan, you're on screen. You want to introduce yourself and talk a bit?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Akkshayan, and I'm from I live in Hounslow, and I do ITQ level 3, and my project called BluAcro. We do stuff like how does Google help education. We use social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and we tweet what we're up to every day. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You get to do. How did you come up with the name BluAcro?
It's actually Clifford's idea. I just said yes to it.
Oh, I'll pass on to Clifford. He'll talk about this because it intrigues me. Okay, introduce yourself. You're on screen, Clifford.
My name's Clifford. I live in the West London area, and I too am also part of the BluAcro group. And the way I came up with the name is it's really difficult to answer because it came out of nowhere in my head.
Emergent thinking. That's fine. I mean, if you think of a lot of, even Google, I mean, there is a reason for Google, but whoever knows it these days, and a lot of names, they don't really matter. You know, I suppose Oyster's got me, but yeah, Blue Circle Group. I'm just trying to think of Samsung, I suppose, but whoever knows the origins, you can make up a name at random, and the meaning is given through its use. So BluAcro, you are. It's the same happened with last year's students. They called themselves the Google Specs. I go with the names anybody chooses. BluAcro, Google Specs. I think Google Specialists they called themselves, but Google Specs. Okay, it's not for me to judge. Everybody goes for their own thing. So this is quite nice. John, who's with us to talk soon, is at his mother-in-law's. So none of us are in college. We're all outside college. I think that's something to relish in its own way at the moment. Oops, I'm talking, I'm not on screen. I'm having technical problems of controlling this technology. So at the moment, I've asked the group to just get themselves established. They created a name for themselves called BluAcro. And do you want to talk about what you might be doing next week?
What we will be doing next week is
you're okay. Go Clifford. Clifford, you talk about next week. You took the stage, so you got the mic. Go on then.
Yeah. So next week we will be taking a couple of netbooks, and we're going to be installing a ChromeOS into them.
Okay. Whereabouts?
It will be in the learning centre in Hammersmith College. That's the library, as known as.
Okay. I'll talk to Aksshayan.
Yeah.
You're on screen. So have you used ChromeOS before?
No, I haven't used it.
Okay, that's going to be interesting.
It's my first time, and I'm so excited.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, students to be excited. That's nice to hear students saying they're excited about doing work at college. You've had Chromebooks for a week.
Yeah.
How have you found? And I've asked you to do all your work with a Chromebook and nothing else. How have you found that? Have you been able to do it?
Yeah, it's actually so simple. I think the Chromebook is so great, and you just have to sign into your Google account, then you're done. That's how you set up the Chromebook. It's so simple.
How long did it take you to get online? Because I gave it to you in the boxes.
What online?
How long did it take for you to open the box and get on to the internet?
Like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Opening the box,
yeah.
plugging it in, and get on.
Yeah, I'll say 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, getting on the student guest network and so on. And yeah, it's good for me as an IT manager. I quite like the idea of Chrome and Chromebooks because it's easy to set up. If you set up a Windows machine from scratch, it takes hours maybe. Install the OS and the apps and all the rest of it. Chromebook is a bit like a smartphone or tablet. You can turn it on, get on the net, put in your account, and you're productive pretty straight away. And it updates itself all the time with security. So it's low footprint, low maintenance, high productivity, high value, if you like. The beauty of next week's project, I think, is to extend the use of ChromeOS onto standard PCs. Replace Windows and put ChromeOS there instead. So the students are going to help with that. They're going to set up an area in the Learning Centre, and we're going to have a kind of ChromeOS experience and see how, hopefully that will see maybe quite a large-scale development. We'll have to see. But it certainly breathes new life into old computers. Because these computers we're going to use are going to be put to charity or put to waste, if you like. But we could probably get another 2 years out of them, because all they've got to do is rock up a browser. Notice in Kenya the same sort of projects. I can't remember the name of it. Keypod, where they take the drives out of machines that are shipped out from the West, and they use a $7 USB stick to bring up ChromeOS for the students. Works wonderfully. Low resourcing compared to with Windows 8 and stuff like that. You've got to have pretty on the treadmill, technology treadmill. More RAM, more CPU. Core i3, Core i5, 4 gig, 8 gig of RAM. 500 gig hard drive. Here you just need a free operating system, 2 gig of RAM even. It's fine. It seems to work well. In fact, I'm using a MacBook here, and that's got 2 gig of RAM. In fact, I've only used the machine with 2 gig of RAM for about 5 years now. A netbook and now a MacBook. I'll pass to John in a second. What's really quite something to celebrate here is that I may have already said it, but none of us are in college. This is our work from home day for the BluAcro group. I'm at home in southeast London. The 2 students are in West London. And John, whereabouts are you?
Actually, I'm in South Wales.
Oh my God! I'm really pleased you're in South Wales. That's a good distance. I had no idea.
It was a good journey last night as well. I travelled up last night. It was about 4.5 hours journey. So yeah, I'm quite the way out of London.
One of these days we'll have to do it on a train. I'm in no place. I'm actually in between locations on a train or on an aeroplane maybe one day. I'm on my way to Wales.
I've actually liaised with Finton, who's Damson Cloud, he's one of our partners, partners, the support team, and I've actually conferenced with him, and he's been on buses. So you can, you just say let's hang out.
Yeah.
So we start chatting, and then it's just like, well, let's hang out, and then he was actually on a bus on 3G, and it worked. So technology is possible. It's great to hear that you're going to breathe new life into all computers. We did a similar project. We bought netbooks. We were stimulated by the school in the cloud. That it was basically where they put the computer in the wall, the hole in the wall computer. That was Sagata Mitra.
Yeah.
I saw that quite a few years ago, and there was the $100 laptop, I think it was called, initiative, and really inspired by that. So we bought, I think it was 100 really kind of cheapish netbooks, and they wouldn't run Windows, so we had to look for other things. We tried Jolly Cloud. I think that's the point. This is a long time ago. This was about 4 years ago. Tried Jolly Cloud. It worked really well in some areas. It was very much like a social networking experience. We then used a Microsoft client, like a thin client solution. Sorry, I'm not IT support, so I'm talking beyond my expertise here. But we used a Microsoft client as well, so we tried some on that. That worked really well too. So it was literally very very lightweight. It run very little, and all it ran was a browser as well. Very interesting to see that you're trying Chrome OS. So I'd like to hear how you get on with that, because we are looking at the 5-year-old netbooks now, and we're looking at seeing if we can breathe any more life into them. We've got some students as well who run a business called Two Fix Solutions, and they've been putting Ubuntu onto some older machines as well. So the idea is to extend their lives of the machine and to kind of put them back into service, basically. So yeah, so I'm really keen to hear how you get on with Chrome OS on the netbooks, because if it works really well, then we might be following you.
Oh, okay. Well, we've had the same branching going on here. Now, looking at alternative operating systems to Windows. Exactly for that. Yeah, breathing new life. Because when our machines get to about 5 years old, they go off to the third world, for example. But these are hard times in our college as well. So, in order to get that extra out of them, or make even on new machines actually, rather than just the old machines, they'll run a lot faster. So same here. We've just started Chrome. So we had the Ubuntu elsewhere, which has done exactly that for some staff. Where we've given old laptops to staff and put Ubuntu on it. It works a dream actually, and it's pretty cool. So John, tell me about what else you've been doing at Barking and Dagenham.
We've got over 100 Chromebooks in the college.
Wow.
They're in a couple of lab saves. They are used extensively, extremely well. Staff like them, students really like them. They're playing with apps that they can put into it. They've been developing with them. We've actually developed apps through the Chromebooks. The students actually set up a code club, which they presented at eFactor. The code clubs to encourage other students and staff are joining us now to start coding. So we've been using development apps. We're actually, the LDD students, have been using Scratch in the Chromebooks as well, and they've been developing like games and stuff, chasing mice and cats chasing mice, etc. So they're actually starting to code. We've got some staff are then taking it another step further, and they are actually starting to code around Google, in the Google Forms, etc. They're kind of extending the use of Google. So Google Forms, so that it does more, it actually reports more, it turns things into PDFs, it extends the use of them, which is easy to do. You can actually borrow code, and it's very easy to do. You just have to have a small understanding of how code works, etc., and you can actually borrow snippets and put them into Google now. I think it's so that's really good. We've got lots of students using it, and especially for enterprise as well. They're actually using it for their businesses, so that's cool. And we've got English and Maths teachers who are using it extensively. They use Hangouts. They use them as projects, so they monitor projects, and it's all done online, and everything's shared. And that was presented at eFactor as well. So there's some. I mean, in general, the usage is going up. We promote. The promotion is basically coming from staff. So basically, the staff who are enjoying it are then promoting it to other staff, and that's how it's increasing. Really, it's not increasing through e-learning team, or not as much with the e-learning team going out. We support people once they get on it, and the momentum's actually increasing now. So that's great, yeah. And today, I think it was today or last night, Google announced the extension of Docs and Drive and all the new elements to how to integrate with how to edit Office and stuff like that, which is one of the problems we have, because Office was fundamentally the tool at the college. So up to now, and we're now in a transition period, and we have to manage that transition. So if anyone does develop anything in Microsoft Office, that's fine, not a problem with that. And they send it in. Staff have to easily be able to kind of feedback, etc. in that medium. So yeah, it's kind of open. It's going well. Kind of looking forward to running that, rolling back out again next year. So in September.
All right, that's oh yeah, that was the yeah, Google I/O, wasn't it? Quick Office. They've integrated Quick Office onto Drive, and yeah, that would help if it works the way they say it does. That would help a lot of people that are kind of addicted or marinated in Office for all these years to use Drive, at least to store it and share it and edit documents. So that's going to be cool. I did like. I remember Microsoft just before Google I/O announced price reductions for their storage, and Google I/O said, "Well, infinite storage, the infinite Google Drive, for $10 a month for business, you get unlimited storage." I wonder if education's just going to get unlimited storage. It's going to stop. It's going to stop the kind of statements that I can make as an IT manager. For example, each year, if we provision, say, 20,000 students, it's something like 600 terabytes of storage. It takes me about 5 minutes to do it, and we get it for free. But now I won't be able to say that anymore. I just say, well, I just provision infinite storage each year on Google. I mean, it just takes away the numbers. You don't, 600 terabytes sounds a lot, but when you just say, well, it's unlimited, well, I don't know. We've got about 1.2 petabytes of potential storage at the moment on Google. That sounds a lot, but then when you just say, well, it's unlimited, it kind of loses the big wow factor almost. So that's crazy, isn't it? I was going to ask you, John, and you've answered it in a way, because it's a bit like that here, but your story is quite inspirational about what I might call the grassroots development of cloud Google technology. I was going to ask you about, well, if I digress briefly, I was looking yesterday at a colleague in IT services who's looking at CodeEnvy and Coder.com. Because traditionally in IT teaching, they've used an integrated development environment which got download, it's like the Microsoft one that's quite heavy on the machine. But on CodeEnvy and Coder.com, you get a web-based integrated development environment that gives you all sorts of platforms for PHP, JavaScript, GitHub. All you need is a browser, and the students, of course, can use that at home as well. They haven't got to download and still have a big heavy machine. I can use it a Chromebook. I was talking about using on Chromebook. I was going to ask, you've got students doing app coding and stuff. Where did that come from? Did that come from the IT teachers, or how did that come about?
It came from the students.
Oh, even better.
It came from the students. We've got an entrepreneurial enterprise zone students. When they come to the college, we ask them, would they like to? Are they interested in setting up their own business, and would they like support? This year we got over 500 students asking that they would like support, they would like to set up their own businesses. Then we started to meet with them, and we said, what are the key things you want? And 90% said they want apps.
Yeah.
So we then said, well, okay, let's start looking at app development. Some of the IT students got involved as well, so we tried to get kind of cross collaboration. And yeah, it just started with that. We started using, because it's the year of code, I think it's called, or code.org. There's so many solutions out there that you can get. Code in an Hour is another one as well. There's just so many out there, and so they found that the resources were immense. They decided to set up an actual code club. So they set up the code club. It started. It was halfway through probably just over halfway through the year. It's been very successful. So students have been developing, and one of the key things we want to use, I can't remember off the top of my head, is Google offer like servers. You can create a server with, say, PHP on it, with MySQL database, and you can run your websites on it. You create it live. You can run your website on it. You can run many websites on it. You can play with it, do everything you want with it. You can back up your code and everything, and literally you can then just kill the server at the end of the session. So you've got a 2-hour session, and the price of it is something like 50 cents.
Yeah. Well, where was that? Was that Google or was that something else?
No, it's Google. I'm not a networky person, so I'm not. It's kind of. I can definitely email you the links and stuff. I think is it Google Cloud Platform?
Yeah. Cloud.google.com, I think. Yeah, I've come across that.
Phenomenal. You can literally build a server with with kind of PHP on it, or with whatever you want on it. You can build it in minutes.
Yeah.
You price it by the minute. You can have as much. You can ask for whichever server. You've got a list of about 1,000 variations of how much RAM you want, how much this you want, how much that you want, and you charge by the minute. Like it's something like 0.09 cents a minute or something. But it works out at about $0.50 an hour or something crazy like that. And for playing, I mean, it's just phenomenal. You can actually build a server 10 minutes before you go into class, run that for the 3-hour session while you've got the class, back up your code, and do everything you need to do, kill the server at the end of it, and be charged like $3. I mean, for revenue, that's nothing. And imagine how much it costs us to run a server.
Oh yeah.
Play with.
Yeah, that is. One reason I really like that is it's kind of one of my passions. Really, is trying to use the tools which are available to students in the outside world without having to come into college to sit in an IT suite and have this special software. And I'm really quite inspirational. You were saying that the students are asking for this, and they were suggesting stuff that they could use on their own when they're outside of college, at home on their machines at home, to get to the same thing and continue working, or after college, use the same thing. One at the coder.com that I was looking at yesterday, you can do the coding, you get SQL database, you get coding environment, and then you can publish, and you've got operations straight away on the web. It's not sort of done, inside the college and nobody else can see it but the teacher. It becomes a real life application. It's just incredible. That's really inspirational, John. Okay, Aksshayan.
Sir?
Okay, and Clifford. Thanks for attending the first meeting. I thought that was really quite inspirational what John was talking about there.
Yeah.
Too late for you guys to be doing code. You're working on a different sort of project, IT services type project, to put ChromeOS on. But I'm really feeling like next year we'll ask for apps. I know we've got you for a couple of weeks. And actually, these days, John, it doesn't take a couple of weeks to write apps. You can do it in an afternoon, can't you? It's maybe that's the challenge, really. It's a day.
That's what we've been doing. We've literally been developing apps in an afternoon. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they haven't refined them, etc. But it's so inspiring for students to come in with no technical skills and leave 3 hours later.
Wow.
In a solution with a solution that they've got, and it's theirs.
And it's a real thing. It's a real thing in the real world.
Yes.
Yeah. App a day keeps the at bay. Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. I'll say. Okay. We'll sign off now. Thanks, everybody.
See you, sir.
Okay. Thanks, John. This was great.
See ya.
I just stopped the podcast now.